friends, I am back with something I'm really excited about today. I'm going to start today, the first day of a 5-day challenge. For 5 days, I have to post a video about LARPing or DAG related things, Hearthlight related things. And today's video, I'm going to talk about how I met my really good friends Alexis and Megacles. To jump into the video, I want to challenge everyone that is in LARPing or in like the DAG and Hearthlight community to share some fun stories about, like, you know, the people you've met, the things that you've done. I've heard some really funny stories throughout the years, and I just love to, like, you know, throughout this time, basically all of our like LARPing and events have been canceled this year. So then everyone's kind of like bummed out and like, you know, but we all gotta keep each other safe. So then let's just wait till next year and tell some stories in the meantime. So here we go. I challenge my good friend, Blood and Steel, a combat channel. He has some great videos about just like the DAG realm and game in general. So if you want to learn more about game, then like definitely head over to his channel. But I challenge him to tell some stories about his good pals and good times over in this LARPing community that we participate in. So anyway, let's get started on these fun stories. This was back in 2017, when this was my second event, and I went along with a really good friend, Aegis, and he was just kind of showing me the ropes. He was showing me what this was. I was still seeing if I wanted to do this, like, you know, as a serious hobby or not. So this was my second event, and I was ready to get started. I mean, I looked like a little baby, my garb was horrible, like, it wasn't a good time, but I was willing to meet people and, like, understand the game more. This being only my second event. And still to this day, I'm not a very good fighter. Like, when I practice, I feel like I do very well, but because I don't exactly have like a community to practice with right now, I'm definitely out of practice with this quarantine. None of us are really practicing other than with people in our household. But, at the moment, I was not a good fighter. Baby fighter. People picked me out as the wink link in, like, you know, the line, and I was always going back to res point. I was always dying. I mean, like, it was fun, but then I needed to get better. This was a smaller event. There was probably no more than like 300 people there. It was a Rome hosted event, which is a unit in DAG that is probably one of the bigger units and one of the most popular units, but it's an ancient world unit, so then me and my buddies were inclined to go because most of us dress up in ancient world garb to begin with, so then it's more fun to go to like ancient world shenanigans. But anyways, I'm being a big baby on this battlefield. I'm trying to kill people, I'm dying, and it's just, I'm starting not to have fun, but then like, I'm still going at it. And at one point during this battle, I get legged, which means I have to go down on my knee, but I end up falling down. This guy almost, like, I swear to God, he like drop kicks me. And I am on the ground, my shield is on the ground, my weapon is up, but damn, was this guy gonna get me? Because he had a red, which was like so much bigger than me, and he was coming down on me, and he's ready to get me, and I'm like, no, please, sir, But right before he kills me, this majestic individual comes up behind him and just kills him on the back. Like, you know, this guy was open, and he murders the guy that was about to kill me. And I see this just beautiful gentleman just killing people left and right, and he has this beautiful helmet and this cape, and he's just I'm like, where the hell did this guy come from? Like, you know, I saw him around, but then, like, I never, like, you know, wow, I was this little baby, and I'm just like, oh, this guy saved me. And I turn around, and this chick is behind me, and she's like, yo, what's up? And she's kind of like wearing like matching garb as him, and then she just does a healing poem on me, and she's like, stand up, and I'm just like, oh. And like throughout the entire like battle, I'm hanging out with these guys, and I'm like, what's your guys' name? And I swear to God, this dude slashes some guy in the back, and he turns around and he's like, Megacles, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, oh hell yeah. I'm deep into this LARP now because this boy just killed 13 kids, and his name's Megacles, and his girl Alexis just healed me, and I was just like, oh hell yeah. And oh man, I had like a good time. I knew I wasn't gonna die anymore because Alexis was coming up behind me, and she was just healing me whenever shit went down, and oh, it was just a great old time because it felt like, you know, I was being protected and also like taught along the way.
Because this boy Megacles was just going left and right, murdering people, just being like the best fighter on the field. Like, but not only was he the best fighter, his garb was just 10 out of 10. He had this beautiful helmet with this beautiful crest and these beautiful pins and cloak and this, like, oh, you can't get better.
That, I swear to God, man, him and Alexis, Megacles and Alexis are so talented, and I couldn't stand it. So after like we're done fighting, like I introduced myself properly, and I finally meet them, and I was just in awe. I was hanging out, I was following them around for like the rest of the event. I thought they were the coolest people, and I learned that they were from the New York City realm, and they were like, you know, the leaders of Carthage, and they brought their homies with them. And at the time, there was only like 2 other people, like they were a smaller unit, and they were just trying to like, you know, get a little bigger. Nowadays, like they rolling up with like 13 people, and it's like, bruh. But I couldn't have been more impressed and like more like honored to be in someone's presence like at a DAG event. Like I was like, this is amazing. Now, ever since, like, you know, every event, like, you know, I get together with Carthage and, you know, I'm a part of their family now. It's a really fun time. Sometimes Alexis and I will tap out early because, like, at the bigger events, like, these fights last, like, 13 hours or forever. So then we'll be like, yo, let's go, girl. I'll be like, let's roll out. And then we'll just hop on over and, like, you know, we'll eat a meat on a stick or something, and we'll wait for the dudes to be done. Now, usually when I tell this story at, like, you know, parties or at dinners, when it's in, like, all our DAG family is there in New York or whatever, like, all of Carthage is there, when I tell this story about Megacles and Alexis, I always include the Facebook friend request at the, like, months after the event, which I used to tell it as that he sent me the friend request, and I was thinking, who is this boring dude with this boring normal person name trying to friend me on Facebook? And I realized that it was actually Megacles. And when I was getting their consent to use their game names, Megacles wanted to make it very clear that he did not send the Facebook message to be our friend, to be my friend. And to be honest, I do not remember this, but he gave me the receipts. He went back 3 years into his messages and said, no, you sent me the Facebook request, but to be completely honest, I remember it the other way around, but hey, the receipts don't lie. I see his name on Facebook and I say, I have no idea who this man is because I only know Megacles. I don't know John Smith or whoever, but it ended up being Megacles, so I always thought it was funny that people usually choose really fun game names compared to their actual names. Like, my real name's Autumn, obviously, but then my game name is Ishtar, and a lot of people know me as Ishtar, and I get, like, people try to find me on Facebook and they can't find me because, like, they don't know my actual name. So, but then it's always fun to, like, go back and forth between, like, game names and, like, real names and being like, yeah, that's cool, or like, wow, your real name is nothing like your game name. But, yeah, that's a story about how I met, like, the leader of Carthage and his beautiful bride, and, it was just, I look back on it fondly every time I think about DAG and, like, you know, who inspired me to do better and stuff like that. But alright, once again, this is a challenge. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna post a video for 5 days, and I challenge Blood and Steel, the Compact channel, to do the same. And I hope that maybe more people can join in on something fun like this. Wear garb, have a good time. I mean, when are you gonna get a chance to wear garb for the rest of the year? But alright everybody, like this video if you did, don't if you didn't, subscribe to me. You'll get more of me. Alright everyone, have a good day, bye-bye! Mwah!